Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, welcome to week. I think today is week. Is it 12 for us? Let me have a look at the calendar. It's I think today is week. No, it's week 11 for us. So because being Thursday, this is we have the short end of the stick for this semester. So this is week 11. Um, we're really on. We're really on. We're really under the pressure, sorry, of time. I think I mentioned to you guys many weeks ago. I've reminded you again and again and again. On Thursday, we only have 13 sessions, so time is not our friend, and it's slipping away right now. It's already 12:01. So, in order to get everything done that we have to get done, we really have to start now. Because what I've got to do is I've got 9 presentations to do, possibly 8. We'll see how it goes, how things go. But I've got to get these presentations done, and then I've got to make a start on Mastermind Unit 12. Now, I sent you all a message in the chat that I hope you read it. Basically, I can just remind you guys, for those of you that haven't got the message. We need to complete 9 presentations today. There is one possible cancellation today, so there could be 8. And we need to at least make a start on Mastermind Unit 12. So we may not finish Mastermind Unit 12. There's a chance we're not going to finish Mastermind Unit 12. But if we don't, my plan is basically to do one section of Unit 12 today, and then complete another section next week, and then do another section the week after. So, and the final section will just be pronunciation, which goes really quick. Pronunciation, you can do it in 4 or 5 minutes, and that's really quick. So the pressure is for Mastermind to get that done, but I can't do it in one class. I just don't have the time. So I'm sorry about that. So we're just going to have to do what we're going to do. Our priority, though, our number one priority, the thing we have to do today is we have to do those presentations. So I'm not going to do Mastermind first, because I don't know how long it'll take. I need to finish the presentations first, and then we'll just finish what we can finish off Mastermind, because Mastermind, I can make it last longer. I can make it last shorter. I can make Mastermind last 3 minutes, no problem. So, but I can't do that with a presentation. It's just, they have to organically happen as they happen. So today we have P and Mark and Poppy and Beam and Kanom and Play and Ming and Extra. Unfortunately, Duke has a medical appointment, so we may have to skip that one. So that can be I'll just get a medical certificate from him, and then we'll see what the options are for a makeup. So let's get those out of the way first. Just a quick reminder today. Very important. Can you all please keep for those of you presenting today, can you please, first of all, you need to have your cameras on. You know that. I mean, we did this before. You need to have your camera on for the entire presentation. Just remember that. And obviously microphones as well. Can you please, as best as you can, can you limit your presentation length to about 6 minutes? 6 minutes should be the maximum. It shouldn't go past 6 minutes. I've had some presentations where some students, the introduction takes 5 minutes, and it's like, I'm wondering, when's this introduction going to end? Yeah. So an introduction should be 20 seconds, and then you move on. It's simple as that. Yeah. Some people start off like the Bible. You know, there's just a long chapter, and then it just goes on forever. So no, it's bang, 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 short, sharp, and sweet. So if you are going over time, I'll remind you, because I've got a clock over here. I've got a watch with a second hand that can tell me how long you're going for, and we can do it that way. I may have to very friendly jump on the microphone and remind you. When the presentations start, what I'll do is I'll just turn my camera off, just so we don't have the bandwidth problem. Yeah. So, but I'm still here. But you need to have yours on. Everybody else who's not doing their presentation, can you please have your microphone off? Yeah, sometimes people leave them on. You can hear motorbikes in the background. You can hear somebody's mother calling out. You can hear a conversation between 2 people. We don't want that. So Only if you're doing your presentation, have your microphone on for the duration. At the end of today's lesson, I'll give a very quick feedback, and then what will happen is I will send you privately your final mark. So for those of you doing your presentation today, you will also get your final mark out of 100 sometime this week. I can't promise it today, but it'll be sometime this week, and it will be a private message. We are no longer doing class results. We're doing individual results for some reason. I don't know. It's just strange. Anyway, I'm just yapping too long. I do that all the time. I'm sorry. So let's start. I've got on the list today, I'm starting with P. You ready to go?
Yes.
Cool. Rob. So when you're ready, just share your screen and all that, and yeah.
Yes, teacher.
I'll turn my...
Can you see my screen?
I can. I can see your PowerPoint, and I can see you.
Okay.
Excellent. Start when you're ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. Uy, sorry, teacher.
That's okay. It's your mother or your wife. Okay,
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vutikon Homtholom, or you can call me by my nickname P. Today, I'm here to present you my presentation. The topic that I choose to present today is maximizing your potential. Before we're going into the topic, I would like to start by telling you what career I prefer to be in the future. In the future, I would like to become an accountant, as my mom, she also working in accounting. So I think this would be a great opportunity for me to have a backup and to be succeeded in this career. So now let us move on to the topic. First, I would like to introduce you what actually hard skill and soft skills means in short. Soft skills are character trait and interpersonal skills that characterize person relationship with other people. And hard skill. For the hard skill are learned ability acquired and enhanced through practice, repetition, and education. Hard skills are important because they increase people or the employee productivity and efficiency. And for this slide, show my soft skill, which are stress management, adaptability, and communication. I think in working as an accountant, these three skills are needed. As I experienced from my mom, I saw that an accountant mostly work all the time, which causes stress. Being able to deal with stress will be a great benefit for this type of workers. Same as communication. Accountants must be prepared to communicate effectively with regulator, to deal with the external auditor, and to stay updated to current issue. And for this last slide, it shows my hard skill, which are accounting skills, computer skills, and language skills. It is compulsory to have an accounting skill as your main skill if you prefer to become an accountant. And for the computer skills, accounting is a profession that requires a very rigid set of hard skills, particularly in this era. For example, being professional in Excel program, which are the main program for accountants to run their work, is also a part of computer skills. And for the last skills, which are language skill. In my opinion, language skill is needed for those people who would like to increase their salary. By working with an international company or client will help to rise up your salary than working with Thai company. So it come to an end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks, P. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Kittin Thawan Watanapon. You can call me Mark, and the topic for my presentation today is contradiction. So what is contradiction? Contradiction is a situation or idea in opposition to one another. So the first part, contradiction in society. A contradiction in society. This is the first example that I picked for today. Enjoy everyday life versus live carefully healthy lives. So many has wondered that either we should live happily and enjoy every single day of our lives, or live carefully and healthy lives and choosing what's right or wrong. This has been a contradiction for many generations and many centuries, and still on to this day, people are still wondering, what is the purpose of life? Should we live careful, or should we enjoy every moment until the last moment of our lives? The second example that I pick is fruits are healthy versus sugar in fruits are bad for your health. So it has been debated among many professions and many scientists whether fruits are actually healthy or not. Well, some believe that sugar in fruits are bad for your health. It can cause many diabetes problem or health problem in the future. But some believe that fruits are really healthy and we should eat fruits and vegetables every day. The next part is contradictions through personal experience. So this is my personal experience with contradictions that I faced. The only example that I can think of is, should we speak our mind versus let others be or let others think? So in my opinion, I think this is the most controversial topic to choose because not everyone have the same opinion. And I think everybody should have their own mind and freedom to speak. So this just should not be the problem. And the last part, what can we do with these contradictions? What is the solution? So I offer you an ultimate solution to contradictions. I think of 3 steps to solving contradictions for your personal style. The first one, understanding differences between good and bad. So you have to understand differences, what is good and bad in the first place before you move on to the second step, which is evaluation. So you should evaluate what is the cost and what is the price of the outcome or the results of that contradictions, and whether you should go or partake on each path or not. And the last step is comprehending. So you should comprehend or truly understand and acknowledge the contradictions that you face. And you should be able to decide what is good or wrong and which actions to take And that's it. Thank you. This is my presentation for today.
Thanks, Mark. Listen, just with the rotations, can you guys not start until I ask you to start? Because if you go one after the other, then thank you for taking the thanks for trying to hurry up. I appreciate that. But the thing is that I've got to do some paperwork, or not sort of. I've got to do some file work after each presentation. So when you start, what happens is you sort of kill that process for me. Because I have to sort of make the notes while your presentation's fresh in my mind. So if you start, what happens is it kills the memory from the previous presentation. So give me a second. So Poppy, can you just give me a minute before you start? Leave your presentation there, but just give me a second before you start. I'll let you know when you can go. You can leave your presentation there, but just give me a second before we get it going. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Poppy. You can start now. Thank you. Oh, sorry. No. Who was that? Sorry, Sutata. On my list, I've got Poppy here. You ready to go?
Okay, I would like to go.
Okay. Sorry, Sutata put her presentation. Sorry, I've got names confused. Yeah, sorry, it's Natalia. Yeah, thank you. And you can start when you're ready.
Can you see me?
I can, yes.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Natalia Sakdapasuri, or you can call me Poppy. And today I'm going to talk about the topic maximizing your potential. But first, I would like to introduce you to some terms that are relevant to today's topic, which is soft skill and hard skill. I assume that many people in this place had heard of this word before, but to be clear, everyone knows the meaning of them. First, I will differentiate the difference between hard skill and soft skill. Also, I will explain why they are necessary for you in order to be successful in your career, as well as share my thoughts on how I am going to apply them into my future career. So, let's get into the first one, which is hard skill. So what exactly are the hard skills? Hard skills are technical abilities that can be quantified and measured in a person. These are typically the talents that a person has obtained through academic education, practice, or certification. So, for example, if you're a chef, your hard skill are your ability to cook. If you're a teacher, your hard skill are your ability to teach. Each profession has its own set of technical knowledge and hands-on skill requirements. Soft skills, on the other hand, are more generally viewed as personal traits that positively impact on how you perform and connect with people in a professional environment. Unlike hard skills, soft skills have evolved naturally and cannot typically be taught in a classroom. An example of soft skill will be leadership, adaptability, communication skill, time management, teamwork, and so on. Now, let's see why both of these skills are necessary for you in order to get a job or to be successful in your profession. Let's make a situation where you are an examiner for job interviews and you are deciding who to pick between someone who has outstanding technical job-specific abilities like Mr. A, but he lacks soft skills such as time management or attitude towards coworkers, and Mr. B, who has an average technical skill but a better attitude or soft skill. Well, you gotta go with the second option, right? It is not rare to see people who have exceptional abilities yet struggle to get along with others. In this situation, it is better to pick someone who is more likely to be successful in your career, in your workplace. What I'm trying to say is that if you have both hard and soft skill, you will have a higher probability of getting employment at your ideal company. Now, I will share some of my thoughts on how I will apply both skills into my future career. To be honest, I'm not really sure yet what my future career will be, but right now I am working as a freelance illustrator, and I'm thinking that when I graduate from ABAC, I will try to work in this field. So let's take a look at the essential soft skill and hard skill for the art industry. So for the hard skill that I need to master in this profession will mainly be a drawing skill and concepting abilities. Also required is the ability to use design software such as Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator. Now, for the soft skill, one of the most important factors is communication skill or teamwork. Right now, as a freelancer, communication skills aren't so important. But in the future, I may have to work in a studio or collaborate, and in order to do so, communication skills are essential as I need to build connections and gain trust in my coworker in order to complete the tasks in the most efficient way. Time management is another important soft skill for me. Dealing with deadlines is critical for freelancer because I don't have a team member to assist me if unexpected situation arise. Furthermore, being able to manage time wisely and efficiently will assist me in determining the number of days that require to complete a specific project. Last but not least is adaptability. Since I want to work in the art industry, the ability to adjust to new circumstances is essential to me because sometimes I may have to work with many people and they may not have they not have the same culture or do not speak the same language, which might be a problem if I did not adjust myself to the circumstances. Overall, I believe that having a unique technical ability or hard skill is great, but I also believe that even if you have all the professional qualifications in the world, but if you lack of soft skill or mindset, you may not be a perfect match for recruiters or be successful in your career. That's all. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks, Poppy. Thanks very much. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so I've got everything done. Yeah, thanks for that. We can now move on to Beam. You can start when you're ready.
Yes.
Sorry, so Beam was Tutata. Sorry, I got the names mixed up. Yeah, you can start when you're ready.
Okay, teacher, you see me?
Yes, I can. I can see your slides as well. Thank you. You can start when you're ready. Thank you.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Surata Kejanlap. My nickname is Beam. Today I will to present about recognition contradiction. And so I am a Thai national. I living in Thailand, so I know a lot of problem in Thailand. So today I would like to talk about the current conflict of my country. Everyone knows that the political protest, cultural palettes, online gathering, or any other form the platform to promote change and raise awareness of the issue that the matter to them, such as human rights and economy and social life, or other issues, state the responsibility for the ensuring that is a right to freedom to assembly to protest, especially when people protesting against public and challenging the state. The right peaceful assembly consists of the right to choose the path and duration of the free assembly for the including public road and public idea. Yes, so if you follow the news of Thailand, since the constitutional called dissolve Anakot Mai Party, or in English in New Future Party, in February, it has become a turning point in Thai political history that have made the youth, teenagers of the new generation expect to themselves politically thought demonstration for the democracy and constitutional amendment that has continued until now. Although the outbreak of the novel coronavirus is a major factor caused the mobilization of students and the public to case of the sometime between March to June. One of the epidemic situations such and the government is measure to control the disease. The movement quickly returned. The protesters will be divided into the several groups, but with the same object, with the demand democracy. For today, I will two example for group, such as group of the youth liberation group, or each group of the student and public participate in the activity. Second, let's run Hamtaro running. Each group is running around the democracy monument and vocational helping the nation group. And the last is the group of city of the democracy, and there are a lot of group, more group for to the call out today that are still gathering. And the last is for my opinion, the current conflict between the government with Thai people and Thailand is a problem that is more difficult to solve than the global coronavirus pandemic, I think, because government don't listen to the people, and sometimes he interesting people if call out. People around the world have seen the conflict between countries because Thai people around the world is the trend Twitter on the Twitter. Twitter hashtag are some trending around the world is people can see. But there can be help. Maybe people have a call out such as the celebrity, idol, artist, something like that. But they all get it silent. I hope that this problem will be resolved soon for the good peace. Thank you, teacher.
Thanks, Beam. Thank you. All right, thanks, guys. Moving right along. Next, we have Kanon.
Yes. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Watanaporn Pingvinit, or you can call me Khanom. Today, I'll be talking about my soft and hard skills and how I will use them in my dream career. First, let's get to know about this skill. Soft skills are related to your personality and people skill. Most of the soft skills weren't taught to you, but they are from life experiences. And for the hard skill, there are techniques or knowledge that you learn at school or through on-the-job training. Next, I will show you some of my soft skill and hard skill. For the soft skill, I'm a person who likes to work hard and give out my best effort on every goal. So I'm very used to working a lot as my experiences. As for the result, my time management and responsibility are my specialties, and my work is always cooperating with others. So I also have some emotional intelligence to deal with my crewmate too. And for the hard skill, studying at ABAC really helped me to improve my language skill, especially English. And I also have another language skill with it, Chinese. So during my time at work, I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to use English and Chinese to communicate with others. And lastly, my skill of graphic design. It is something that I really like to do. So if I have a chance to use it, I can also use it in the future too. My skills are mostly focusing on soft skills, which are mainly required in my dream career. My dream career is an air traffic controller, or you can call it an ATC. This job is to contact with the pilot and provide safety for the airplane in the sky. And these are some skills that ATC require. This job requires a lot of soft skills such as problem solving and flexibility, because you can find many unexpected situations. For example, the weather might cause some problem for the pilot. Some airplane might not be able to land at that exact time. What ATC should do is to plan the new landing time for our airplane in order to make sure that every flight will be safe. Another important type of soft skill are time management and responsibility. Because airplanes have 24/7 routes, ATC have to work during night sometime. So they have to be on time and very strict to their routine. There are also some hard skills that are required, like language skill and administrative skill. Comparing my skill and my dream career requirement, I can use some skill for it, like my language skill to communicate with foreign pilots, and responsibility as my routine as an ATC. However, there are still many things that I need to improve to achieve my dream. Some skill like problem solving and flexibility that depend on experiences that I conquer are not still enough, because when I meet the problem in my life, some problem I can solve, but some of them are very hard for me to keep calm and find a solution to solve it. In order to achieve my goal, I will find more experiences during my time at the university, and I will try to improve both soft and hard skills for my dream career in the future. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Kanom. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, we'll just move on to Play. You're next. Can you just set up your presentation, but just don't start yet, yeah? So just set it up. I'll just finish off this session here. Okay, so now we have number one, which is Play. Yeah, so we're almost there actually. We've made pretty good times. Thanks to everybody for doing the right thing today, for helping, because you actually helped me a lot by getting these presentations short and sharp. So far they're really good. So thanks everyone. Yeah, Play, you're up. Thank you.
Yes, teacher. Can you see me?
I can, and I can see your slides, hard skills and soft skills. Thank you. You can start.
Okay. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Nawawan Zalinsili. My nickname is Fly. My ID is 6310195. So today I would like to talk about my hard skill and soft skill and how to put a skill to use in my career. As you all know, hard skills are the skill of working knowledge and the ability to use the various techniques. And the soft skills are emotional skill and the ability to coexist with others. So if you having these two skills, make the most efficient and successful work. So for the hard skill that in every work need to have is for easily and comfortable on working. For the first hard skill is mathematics skill, and the second skill is computer software and application knowledge, and the third one is design skill. For my career is engineering. It's about automatic control of the machines, such as robotic applications. So the main hard skill are about these three skills. For the first one is mathematics skill. It can use to calculate the value of current or voltage of electrical or anything. So if you have this skill, it will help you work on it faster. For the computer software and application knowledge, this type of work is about the write the code of computer programming, and you have to spend the time the most with working on the program, such as AutoCAD or computer programming. If you can do this, it will make you do your work and easier and more comfortable. For the third one is design skill. We need to design a digital logic in process to make some machine or something, maybe general drawing. So it's quite important with my career. So from these three skills to obtain the best efficient machines. So for the soft skill, it's not less important than hard skill. It helps you to work and communicate with others effectively. If you lack of the soft skill, it may be hard and difficult on working with your teams or your partner, and to result in not smooth in working, and you will get the inefficient work and get failed work. If you are the leader and you have expertise, very good at your job, but you cannot communicate with your team well, the work that has come out will not be effective. So my soft skills are the teamwork, communication skill, time management, and problem solving. So for the first one is teamwork. I will share my idea and my knowledge to my team and listen to each other thinking or idea and knowledge. So it makes the work come out better because it doesn't have only one opinion. Second skill is communication skill. Listen carefully to what they say. Do not interrupt while the other person speak, and the opinion of your team are not the same. Therefore, you should listen to each other opinion and should have a positive attitude and listen objectively. So the third one is time management. You should understand time constraint and tasks and can be complete within the specific time, but your work needs to be a good work also. The last skill is problem solving. This allows us to see the problem and find a way to solve it. This will make the job complete faster and get the best work of team. So for my career, because of the nature of my work that require working with team, therefore this all four soft skills, which are the problem solving skill, teamwork skill, communication skill, and time management skill are really important. So to sum up, many people also think that the hard skill is more important than soft skill, or you don't need to have a soft skill when you are working. But actually, no matter what kind of work you will like, I believe that every skill, both hard skill and soft skill, are equally important. Therefore, we should practice these two skills to make the work out of the most efficient. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks very much, Play. Yeah, thank you. Well done. Yeah, lots of good information there. Yeah, lots of good content actually. Yeah. So far the content today is really good. I'm getting some solid content from you guys. So that's really good. So the feedback so far for most of you is the content. You've given me some very good evidence. You've been planning your presentations really well because the content is really it's rich, but it's compacted. So that's really well done. Ming, you're up next. And that would be, Sandutai, you're up next.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I can see your presentation, so I can see the first page of your PowerPoint.
Wait a minute.
That's okay. Take your time. Take your time. We're actually ahead of time, would you believe? We've got you and one more person, and I think we're going to finish before 1 o'clock. I can't believe it. I thought we'd be finishing at 1:30. We might actually get a bit of Unit 12 done.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Salithai Kasikapat, or you can call me Ming. Today I'm going to talk about my soft skills and my hard skills. So some of you might not know what are the soft skill and hard skill. So I will explain first. Soft skills are the skills that allow us to work and communicate with others effectively, which soft skill can be flexibly adjusted in our daily life and also can be adapted in every career. Next, hard skills are the knowledge skills that we receive it from education or training programs. This skill will help people carry out different jobs. In some careers, certain hard skills will be considered prerequisites. These two skills are really important to the working life of people in nowadays. For my soft skills, I think I have communication skills, critical thinking skill, adaptability skill, collaboration skill, management skill, and also decision-making skills. First, communication skills are the skill to communicate and interact with others and also be able to give and receive different kinds of information too. Second, critical thinking skills are the skill to think rationally and be able to understand and solve the problem as well. For third one, adaptability skills are the skill to adjust ourselves according to different situations. And fourth, collaboration skills are the ability to do the work with other people effectively. And the last one is management skills, which are the ability to manage something like ourselves, time, money, or whatever. For my hard skills, I think after I graduate from this university, I will have a bachelor's degree and also have foreign language skills such as English and Chinese. In the future, after I graduate, I would be suited to a job like PR marketing or marketing communications, salesperson, tour guide, or interpreter, because these careers require the skills that I have. For example, PR marketing is responsible for communicating with customers to let them know, understand, and accept the company's products or services, including creating a good and reliable image for the company through various communication strategies. I can use all of my soft skill and hard skill in this career, like using my communication skills to speak and communicate with other people such as customers, my boss, and also my co-workers. And as I said, foreign language skills are my hard skills because I have learned English and Chinese for many years already. So I can use this skill to help me communicate with foreigners as well. For management skill, I will use them to manage myself, my work, and my time in order to work effectively for the organization. Then I will use my collaboration skill to do the work with other people in order to have a good teamwork. Furthermore, I will use my critical thinking skill to think rationally and also try to understand the customer, like if I understand the customer's personalities and know what they value about, then I can think of how to create and execute marketing strategies to promote an image of the brand or product to satisfy customer needs. Also, I will use decision-making skills to decide which marketing plans could be used for each situation in order to help the organization increase sales. In my opinion, I believe that if we know how to use or apply the skills that we have, we will be able to do everything well, whether it is studying or working in the future. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Ming. Thanks very much. Yeah, well done. Thank you. And the last one we have today is extra. Sorry, that's Pichayapon. Sorry, extra. Yeah. Yeah, and we're ready to go. You can start when you're ready. just letting you know your microphone is off. You need to switch your microphone on.
Do you hear me?
I can hear you now, and I can see you, and I can see your PowerPoint slide. Yeah, the picture of the computer motherboard or whatever. Okay, yeah. You can start when you're ready. Thank you, Extra.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be here today to talk to you about my hard and soft skills. But before we are going to talk about them, let me tell you about what are hard and soft skills. So let's look at the hard skill first, shall we? Hard skills are teachable ability or skill sets that are easy to quantify. Typically, we can learn these skills from the lesson in the classroom or through a book or training on the work. But on the other hand, soft skills are subjective skills that are much harder to quantify. Actually, we can call as people skills or interpersonal skill. And soft skills relate to the way you interact with other people. Well, after we already know about this skill, then we're gonna talk about my skills. Firstly, my hard skills are mathematical, analytical, and technical skills. For technical skills, they involve about the understanding and operation of various components and the system. And is my soft skills. For my soft skills, there are an awareness of safety issue, attention to detail, and ability to work under pressure for hours. Okay, after that, we're gonna talk about how I will put the skill to actually my career in the future after graduate from ABAC. I have plans to pursue a career in aircraft maintenance engineering. When we do our work, it requires both hard skills and soft skills. For my career that I'm gonna do, I must use skills that I have accumulated, like for hard skill. Mechanical is used in a few different ways, including lift, strength, fluid mechanics, and economics. Then, analytical. This one is used to analyze the design characteristics of parts, such as the aircraft wings. Everyone can see in the slide, you will see that there are many characteristics of wings and their properties are different. And the next one is technical skills. For this one is the important part that I should know about it very well because it's the best to do a work and I have to understand how are each components working, then I will fix them and the system correctly. After that, let's see about soft skills. Soft skill, I need to have a strong awareness of safety issue, whether it's keeping myself safe by working or regular aircraft inspection to check for defects and fix them before it take off to ensure the safety of passengers and the crew. And this skill is also correspond to another skill, which is attention to detail. Why is it? Because I need to pay attention to every details, whether it's designing or checking the engine for safety and find flaws to improve better. And the last one of soft skill is ability to work under pressure for hours. When an emergency, I have to be prepared to cope with under pressure and time constraints, such as emergency parking do some damage, then I need to shake it immediately and take care until everything is fine. To sum it up, both hard skills and soft skills are essential skills that everyone should have and differ according to individual characteristics. Anyways, through the skills of this presentation, we have been able to see the skill that I will need to use in my career in the future. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks, Extra. So I can't believe we're done before 1 o'clock. I thought we would probably drag that out until 1 p.m. What I'll do is, while we have some time, I want to at least make a start on Mastermind, because we've only done 8 presentations today. So we'll see how things go next week. Actually, the more we do of Mastermind today, then the more we have flexibility we have for time today, next week. So what I'm thinking of doing is today, if you turn to Mastermind, I'll do the feedback later on, by the way. I'll just need 10 minutes for the feedback, if that. I can do the feedback actually in less than 5 minutes, I think, because you'll get your individual scores later anyway. So just not to waste too much time, we're going to start this exercise. It's on page 143. So if you want to grab your textbooks and go to page 143, there's a listening exercise which is titled listening in difficult situations. If we can I'm guessing if we can do that, then what that means is that we can then finish off more of Mastermind next week. Next week we have 10 presentations, so let's see how things go there. Okie dokie. Well, let's make a start. If everyone has their book, and you might be able to see there, it's the page where it has that diagram down the bottom, that diagram there on tectonic plates and the Earth. It's a geological topic. Geology meaning the study of the Earth's surface, the study of the Earth's crust. We're going to do exercises B and C. Now, this particular exercise is a really, really, really good listening exercise. It's actually fantastic. It's a really good listening exercise. All you have to do is in exercise B, you simply get your pencil and fill out the missing parts of the sentence. Yeah. Now, the way this exercise works, the topic is listening in difficult situations. Listening in difficult situations. The audio has a conversation divided into 5 different parts, much like we had the last topic before, into 5 different parts. And there's lots of background noise. So there's people talking in the background, there's clanging, there's noise going on and so forth. And you can easily miss part of an important sentence or word. What you do is you just simply try to listen and you fill in the missing word in the sentence. So for example, the first one, yeah, it was pretty something, and then there's a word missing. You have to try and listen carefully to see what that word is. And then exercise C is basically very similar. I'll go through that in a second. Let me grab the audio. I'll grab it now. And we'll have a listen. So let me grab the audio and we'll grab a listen. So let me minimize that. Okay. Pretty slow today, but we're yeah, okay. Okay, so here's the audio.
Unit 12, Section 2, Exercise B.
Yeah, it was pretty important, I think. I mean, it's going to be on the test, so... So it was on how mountain ranges and, well, individual mountains too, I guess, are formed. And there are, let's see, 3 major ways. Okay, you were there for the lecture on plate tectonics, right? On Tuesday? Well, sometimes the plates drift apart too. Then hot rock from the Earth's crust comes up through the open space, bursts out through the top, and when the rock cools again, you have yourself a new mountain.
Oh, like a volcano, right? Like, oh, in Hawaii, and that one in the Philippines.
And then there's erosion, like when mountains get worn down by wind and water and ice that just wear away at the surface of the Earth and change its shape. Okay, that's it.
Okay, I'll play the audio one more time so you can check your answer. So make sure you get your pencil ready and just write down the words that are missing in each phrase. Exercise B.
Unit 12, Section 2, Exercise B.
Yeah, it was pretty important, I think. I mean, it's going to be on the test, so... So it was on how mountain ranges and, well, individual mountains too, I guess, are formed. And there are, let's see, 3 major ways. Okay, you were there for the lecture on plate tectonics, right? On Tuesday? Well, sometimes the plates drift apart too. Then hot rock from the Earth's crust comes up through the open space, bursts out through the top, and when the rock cools again, you have yourself a new mountain.
Oh, like a volcano, right? Like, oh, in Hawaii, and that one in the Philippines.
And then there's erosion, like when mountains get worn down by wind and water and ice that just wear away at the surface of the Earth and change its shape. Okay, that's it.
All right, that one's quite a difficult exercise. It's quite tough, but you can do it. You can do it. Number one, what was the missing word? Yeah, it was pretty what? Anyone get it? Sorry?
Important.
Yeah, that's the first word. Yeah, it was pretty important. So number one is important. If I can get that into the chat, that might. So the missing word is important there. Yeah, the next one's pretty simple. And then there are, let's see, something major ways. Anyone get it?
I guess 3 major ways.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, and you are correct. Yep, you are correct. 3 major ways. 3. Okay, you were there for something on plate tectonics, right?
Electric phone.
Close. Anybody else? You were there for, I'll give you a clue, the something. You were there for the something on plate tectonics, right?
The lecture?
The lecture is correct. Yeah, the lecture on plate tectonics. And then she says, oh, like a something, right? For. Anyone get it? Let's go to number 5, last one. And then there's erosion, like when mountains get worn down by something and something and something.
By water and ice.
Yeah, wind, water, and ice. Yeah, number 4 is volcano. Number 4 is volcano. So yeah, they're the missing parts. Yeah, the important, number 1, important, 2, 3, the lecture, 4, volcano, and 5, wind, water, and ice. Exercise B is really, really easy. All you do, I'll play it just once, just to save time. All you do is you simply listen again, and then what you do is you tick whatever phrase you hear. So there are 6 possible phrases. There's the first one. Sorry, how many? Wait, what did you say? Didn't get that. Hang on, I didn't catch that. Sorry, could you repeat that? And just a second, was that water? So what you do is you get your pencil and you tick whatever phrase you hear. So keep an ear out for those phrases. That's the next audio. So I'll cue that up and we'll have a listen to it. Just to save time, I'll play this audio only once because it's a long audio. It goes for over 3 minutes, so we haven't got time to listen to it 2 times. So just listen to it once and see if you can get the answer. This is now the whole conversation. This is the whole conversation without being cut up. It goes straight through. So just listen, and whenever you hear one of those phrases, you tick that box. Let's go.
Unit 12, Section 2, Exercise C.
Hey, Jill, where were you yesterday? You missed the lecture.
Yeah, I know. I had a dentist appointment. I couldn't get out of it.
Oh, that's too bad. I hope you're feeling okay now.
Yeah, I'm okay. So what did I miss? Anything, incredibly important?
Yeah, it was pretty important, I think. I mean, it's going to be on the test, so...
Okay, so can you explain it to me, please?
Well, actually, yeah, it'll help me remember it to explain it to you. Let me just get my notes. Okay. So it was on how mountain ranges and, well, individual mountains too, I guess, are formed. And there are, let's see, 3 major ways.
Sorry, how many?
3.
3 ways. And they are?
Okay, you were there for the lecture on plate tectonics, right? On Tuesday?
On plate tectonics. Oh, the lecture. Yeah, right.
Plate tectonics. So picture 2 of these plates moving towards each other slowly, yeah, but they're still moving, and then they collide like this. If one plate goes under the other, it pushes the crust up, and that makes a mountain range, like the Himalayas. That's called subduction.
Subduction. Wouldn't that cause an earthquake, too?
Yes, it usually does.
Okay, next.
Well, sometimes the plates drift apart, too. Then hot rock from the Earth's crust comes up through the open space, bursts out through the top, and when the rock cools again, you have yourself a new mountain.
Oh, like a volcano, right? Like, in Hawaii, and that one in the Philippines.
Exactly. A lot of islands are actually the tops of volcanoes.
Huh. I didn't know that.
And then there's erosion, like when mountains get worn down by wind and water and ice that just wear away at the surface of the earth and change its shape. Okay, that's it. Remember that...
Hang on. I didn't catch that. What is the third way?
Erosion. Wind, ice, and water.
Just a second. Was that water?
Yeah, wind, ice, and water.
And that makes mountains. That's hard to believe.
Well, it changes the shape of the existing landscape, so yeah, I guess. That wasn't completely clear to me.
Maybe it's in our book, or I could just check online. Thanks so much.
Okay, so that was a long audio. We won't play it again because we haven't got time. It'll take too long. So which 3 sentences were there? Sorry, how many? Was that there?
Yes.
Yes, it was there. What was the next one?
Hang on. I didn't catch it.
That's right. Thank you. And the last one?
That's it.
Yeah, just a second. Was that water? That's it. That were the 3 that were there. The other 3 weren't there. Look, I think we can skip the next part, which is the speaking exercise, part 3. It goes for a long time. You need to listen to the audio a few times to get it. We can skip it. We just simply don't have time. And next week we'll finish off pronunciation. I want to do while we have time now, rather than get hopeful that next week will be better. Let's do one exercise from the speaking workshop. It's actually on page 151, the speaking workshop. So we won't do the speaking, we'll do the speaking workshop. And this is probably the important part. I'll play the audio a couple of times and then we'll go through the answers. So go to page 151, look at exercise B. Let's skip exercise A. You've got to listen to the audio a few times. It's a bit of a hassle. So let's just do exercise B, which is really good for practice for listening. We're going to listen to a girl talking about the benefits of learning English for her future career. And all you do is, it's the similar thing to exercise B in the last exercise. You fill in the missing words. So exercise B, it says, listen again for the phrases the speaker uses to link her ideas together. Yeah, write a word or short phrase in each blank. So basically, you're filling the missing phrases. So let's do that, and I'll grab the audio now for you to listen to, and we'll just get this one out of the way. Then we're almost finished. I need this audio here. That's the one.
Unit 12, Speaking Workshop, Exercises A and B.
Having studied English for a number of years now, I'm completely confident that it will play a big part in both my career and my personal life. As a consequence, I can see the need to develop my abilities in English away from the classroom and my formal education. This implies that I have to come up with practical ideas to use my English in a variety of contexts. First and foremost, it's important to maintain contact with other speakers of the language. This can be done through online groups and social networks, as well as by keeping in touch with my fellow students beyond the end of my course. What's more, I'm aware of the need to interact with people from a broad range of cultures to widen my knowledge and experience. Besides that, reading a range of material in English will both broaden my vocabulary and inform me about current issues. In a similar way, listening to internet radio shows or podcasts on different subjects will help me develop my own opinions, in addition to providing practice in understanding a variety of accents. To briefly sum up, there are specific practical steps you can take to become responsible for your own learning, and we each need to decide what we think will work for us.
I'll play it one more time so you can listen again. Just check your answers.
Unit 12, Speaking Workshop, Exercises A and B.
Having studied English for a number of years now, I'm completely confident that it will play a big part in both my career and my personal life. As a consequence, I can see the need to develop my abilities in English away from the classroom and my formal education. This implies that I have to come up with practical ideas to use my English in a variety of contexts. First and foremost, it's important to maintain contact with other speakers of the language. This can be done through online groups and social networks, as well as by keeping in touch with my fellow students beyond the end of my course. What's more, I'm aware of the need to interact with people from a broad range of cultures to widen my knowledge and experience. Besides that, reading a range of material in English will both broaden my vocabulary and inform me about current issues. In a similar way, listening to internet radio shows or podcasts on different subjects will help me develop my own opinions, in addition to providing practice in understanding a variety of accents. To briefly sum up, there are specific practical steps you can take to become responsible for your own learning, and we each need to decide what we think will work for us.
Okay, so that's the second listening. Let's go through the answers. Number one, the first one. So that's for exercise. Go back to it. Exercise B, number 1. It's something, and I can see the need to.
As a consequence.
Yeah, that's right. As a consequence. Yeah, thank you. Consequence. Yeah, I can see the need to. Number 2, this.
Implies.
Yeah, this implies that I have to. Yeah. Number 3, something and foremost. First and foremost. Yeah, thanks, Iripop and Samuel Day and Stata. Thank you. Number 4, what's
More.
What's more? Yeah. Number 5, something that.
Besides.
Yeah, besides that, yeah. Number 6, in a something way.
Similar.
Some similar way, yeah. Yeah. And the last one, to briefly.
Sum up.
Well done. You got them all right. Excellent. That's really well done. Thanks, everyone, for contributing to that. That pretty much finishes Unit 12, except for we'll do pronunciation next week. Yeah, so just to wrap up, I want to thank everybody today, especially those of you that did the presentations. We got them done. We've only got one person missing that we may be able to squeeze in next week. But doing that buys me time next week. Now that we've dug the gold from these hills today, we have enough fuel to run to next week. So that makes life a lot easier. Next week we have 10, which possibly 11, because we could do a makeup from today for somebody who's missing. Nan, Bella, Net, Tan, Tong, Prue, Safe, Kui, Gloy, and Freshie. The good news is we have the whole lesson to do the presentation, so you really need to be on time next week. So that's basically it. What I'll do now is really quickly, I'll just do the feedback for those of you who did the presentation today. So that's P, Mark, Poppy, Beam, Kanom, Play, Ming, and Extra. If you want to hang around, everybody else, you can just sign off. I've got the attendance, yeah, so you can just sign off. And I'll see you guys next week. So if you did your presentation today, just hang around, and I'll give you today's very quick feedback and then some further instructions. So thanks everybody. So those of you who presented, just hang around for now. Just to save time, I'll just start doing that now. So for those of you that are still here listening, P, thanks very much. Pretty good, not too bad. I just wrote down that despite some language issues, you did pretty well, and your overall delivery was good. So that was that first one there. So out of 30, that's 25. Mark, yeah, thanks, not too bad. The delivery was pretty good. The language use, you really scored high in that. So you got like 7 out of 8 for that. That was really well done. So actually what I should do, I'm sorry, just to make life easy, let me do it this way. It might be easier if I just share my screen. That way I could just go, you can just follow me bit by bit. So sorry, so P, that was good. The feedback there is some language issues. You did pretty well. Mark, I just felt that you spoke a bit too much on the topic of contradictions. You spent too much doing that rather than dealing with specific examples, but you still did. You still did the specific examples as well. I would have liked for you to have gone more towards the specific examples in your own life rather than dealing with defining contradictions, but you still did it. So out of 30, 25, and you did really well here in language. That's cool. Let's see. Poppy, yeah, pretty good. Your visual aids were really good. Yeah. And sorry, I forgot that was okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you did that. Yeah, that was okay. So the organisation was good. Delivery was really good. A few minor gaps, for example, "are people," that's sort of used in the wrong context there, but generally good use. So pretty good. 26. That was pretty good. I just said sounded very confident, communicated her message pretty well. So overall, really well done. So that's a pretty good score. You sort of communicated really well today. Beam, not too bad. Yeah, you bombed on content a little bit. Organisation was okay. I find that just when you were speaking, you were a little bit robotic at points, probably because you seem to be sort of maybe relying too much on notes or whatever, or that you had on the screen, so maybe to get you through. Language here, big issue, mainly pronunciation. I just wrote that the topic was okay. Your spoken language, it just presented some issues in terms of comprehension, being able to understand, sounds and so forth. With words, for example, some words like democracy, constitution, and monument. So you sort of tend to really struggle with words with lots of syllables. And for example, pronouns, like the government, we have a problem with the government. He said, so the government has to be really them or they, because it's not really, you can also say it, the government, it said that, whatever, but you can't really give the government a gender like he or she, even though the Prime Minister may be a male, so be careful with that. Overall, 22. Yeah, Kanom, not too bad. Yeah, content was okay, so pretty much straight through here. Some language issues, for example, studying very helped me. Yeah, so maybe just using this intensifier here. It's in the wrong spot. It should be here. This should be a different verb. Studying has helped me very much, and so forth. Apart from that, pretty good. But the presentation was really well done. Some minor language points though. 24. Same over here. Play pretty good. Content and organisation was really good. That were the strong points. Some gaps, in grammar, CH, verb tense ending sounds, but the rest of it was pretty good. 25, Ming, pretty good. So that was well done. So very similar to, very similar to this presentation here. Very similar to Kanom's. It was sort of pretty much you sort of shot straight sixes all the way through here. Subject verb agreement, mainly with grammar, TH-LR sounds. You pronounce used, you pronounce it used, yeah, it should be it's just USD, used. And then, hold it, I didn't give I forgot, I always forget this sometimes. Yeah, that's 24, so I'll just save that. And then finally we have extra, really well done. I liked the presentation. I mean, the slides were excellent. Content was good, organisation was good, delivery was well done. A couple of language points, mainly TH and LR sounds. Your intonation, though, is really good. You sort of bounce along the words nicely, confidently. Comprehension was good. 26, that was pretty good. I've just written here, the slides were done very well. The delivery was above the requirements. You used some good phrases throughout, some very natural phrases throughout your expressions. What happens from here, guys, is basically you will now get this sheet. I will send this form to you individually. Yeah. At the bottom here, I will give you your final mark. So basically, if I just tap down, I'll just give you your final mark out of 100. But I can't do it today. I've got to do it. So I've got to look at also at attendance and so forth. So you'll get that today. You'll get that sometime this week. I'm hoping, if I get time. So because it takes into consideration stuff like attendance. It takes So I've got to tell all of you today, all of you that presented today, I've got to tell each and every one of you, you must come to the next 2 classes. Yeah. So if you miss a class, I'm taking 2 marks off. Yeah. So whatever your final mark is, it's 2 marks off. So you have all the listening quizzes done. You have presentation 1 done. You got presentation 2 done. All I've got to do now is work out the the class participation score. That's out of 10. Then I'll give you the final mark. Now, if you miss a class, I'm taking those 2 marks off. Yeah, so I've got to do it because that's the rule. Guys, look, it's 25 past. I'm losing time. I've got to get ready for the next class. I'll see everybody next Thursday. I've got to go. So thanks very much for today. And I have attendance and everything, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay safe, stay well, and goodbye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thanks, thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. See you guys, thank you.